Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be recapping season 1 of Trollhunters. Pretty much, I didn't have enough time to memorize the script I wrote, so I just decided to do a speed painting instead. Anyways, I'll be doing this for all the Tales of Arcadia series, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. That way you know what's happening in Rise of the Titans. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. Make sure to like and subscribe and keep it crispy. Okay, the story starts off in a town of Arcadia, a normal town where nothing really happens. Okay, psych, everything happens here, all the things happen. There's been trolls, aliens, wizards, and the occasional rogue gnome. Okay, but now I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just start with introducing the heroes of our story. Meet Jim. His main character trait is that he's really good at cooking. He seems to like the color blue, which is a good thing because the amulet he finds that turns him into the troll hunter is blue as well. Next we have Toby. He is Jim's best friend. They pretty much do everything with each other. Now meet Claire. She likes Papa Skull and Shakespeare. She doesn't know it yet, but Jim has a crush on her. Next is Blinky. He is Jim's friend and trainer. He basically tries to keep Jim alive as long as possible, which is pretty hard. Lastly, we have Arg, who's your typical lovable brute, except he's a pacifist. So Jim finds the amulet on his way to school. What is the amulet, you might ask? It is a magical object that gives the owner a suit of magical armor. And all you have to say is, for the glory of Merlin, daylight is mine's command. Which is honestly kind of a mouthful. After finding the amulet, two trolls, aka Blinky and Arg, come and visit Jim and tell him his new responsibilities, which are to protect the troll and human world. Jim handles this like a true hero by passing out. When he wakes up, he is desperate to tell someone what had happened. Since Toby is busy, he goes to the next best option. His teacher, Mr. Strickler. Great choice, right? Wrong. He's a changeling. What's a changeling? Changelings have the power to transform from troll to human at will, but unfortunately they work for the evil troll Gunmar. Thankfully, Gunmar is locked in the Darklands, but his son, Bular, is roaming free in Arcadia, trying to free Gunmar from his prison. Finally, Jim can tell Toby about his new life. Shortly after that, Jim gets to meet his new rival, the son of Gunmar, Bular. He needs the amulet to open the portal to the Darklands, which is easier said than done. He chases Jim and Toby until Blinky and Arg bring them to the safe haven of Troll Market. Trolls don't only exist, but they have been underneath them this whole time. Jim learns of Bular's plans, so he begins to train, so when the time comes he can face him. But before facing Bular, he has to face another troll, Droll. Now, Droll is a good troll. His only problem is jealousy. You see, his father was the past troll hunter, and Droll wanted to be the one to take his place. So he challenges Jim to a fight. Jim agrees, and somehow he miraculously wins. But instead of killing Droll like he's supposed to, he lets Droll live, which makes Droll protect Jim for the rest of his life, pretty much. Anyways, Jim becomes stronger every episode by hunting gnomes, fighting changelings, and fighting stocklings. Everything seems to be going fine. Well, as fine as fighting for your life can be. Until he learns that his teacher, Mr. Strickler, is a changeling. And not only is he a changeling, he's dating his mom. Jim sets a plan to learn where the bridge is. When Strickler comes over for dinner, they fight one another. Jim trying to learn where the bridge is, and Strickler trying to get Jim's amulet, all while keeping this a secret from his mom. In the end, however, Strickler gets Jim's amulet and secretly swaps it for a fake one. Having a fake amulet is the perfect time to tell the girl you like they have magical powers that give you the suit of armor. But without the real amulet to show proof, Jim makes himself end up looking crazy. But he does it anyway. When Claire's little brother is swapped with the changeling puts Claire's life in danger. So Jim didn't really have a choice. Goblins end up chasing Jim and Claire in the woods. He then learns that the amulet was a fake. But joke's on Strickler and Bular because the amulet only works when Jim uses it. The amulet comes back to Jim and he reveals his secret to Claire. When Jim was saving Claire, Blinky went on his own adventure. He went to find the bridge. Long story short, he finds the bridge. Well done, Blinky. But he ends up getting captured by Bular. Not so well done. Jim is then given a choice. In order to save Blinky, he has to open the bridge to the Darklands. In doing this, he ends up fighting Bular. After a tough battle, Jim succeeds and saves the day. So, happily ever after, right? Jim is a simp, and because he is a simp, he makes Claire a promise that he'll save her brother from the Darklands. But the only way you can go into the Darklands is if he kills Gunmar. So the gang works together to find a way to kill Gunmar, which is to collect the Triumphant Stones following the lifeline of Gunmar. When they were busy, Strickler plans his own. Instead of accepting defeat like a normal person, he spent his time dwelling on how to get revenge on a 16-year-old kid. He summons the assassin Ingrot to kill Jim. His assassin also had a special talent with magic. He intertwined Strickler's and Jim's mom's soul. Pretty much whatever happened to Strickler would happen to his mom. Ingrot, being extra, takes his time to kill Jim. That way, and I quote, he can enjoy the hunt. They race for the stones. Jim, of course, prevails, and all it took was Toby and Blinky getting eaten by a volcano troll, identity theft, stopping their old time, and teaming up with Strickler. Now, why on earth would Jim team up with Strickler, the guy who had been set to kill him this whole time? When Strickler lost control of Ingrot, Ingrot was set to kill Strickler. In order to protect his mom, Jim agrees to help him. They set a plan to ambush Ingrot, and these geniuses, they set up the ambush at Jim's house, which exposes Jim's secret to his mom. Now the gnome's out of the bag, I suppose. During their ambush against Ingrot, Strickler gets injured, also injuring Jim's mom, so Jim races her to Troll Market to save her. In order to save her, however, she has to lose her recent memory of Jim being the troll hunter. Convenient, if you ask me. Now that his mom is safe, it was time to end things with Ingrot. Jim and his friends team up together to fight Ingrot and his magical golems. When Toby is about to be killed, however, Arg sacrifices his life to save him. Jim is outraged, and him and Toby end up killing Ingrot together. It's not quite over yet. Jim is distraught that his friend Arg had died, so in order to protect his friends, he summons the Eclipse Armor and he's into the Darklands by himself. Anyways, that is TROLLHUNTERS Season 1 recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. That way you don't miss the other recap videos I'll be doing. Keep it crispy and have a lively day, guys.